If World War III ever breaks out, you'll want more than a bug-out bag and a box of canned beans. You'll want a zip code that won't get vaporized. Let's be real, no one wants another world war. But if it happens? Some places are way safer than others. From nuclear targets to military bases to urban chaos, not all US cities are built to survive global meltdown mode. So today, we're counting down the top 10 safest US cities to live in if World War III breaks out. This list is based on a mix of factors: distance from nuclear targets, population density, natural disaster risk, self-sustainability, and yes, how well you could live off-grid while doomscrolling. You might be surprised who makes the list, and who doesn't. Wait, before we reveal the places, we created this free travel itinerary app to make your trip planning ridiculously easy. Just pick your destinations, and AI builds a smart day-by-day plan and suggestions, maps, things to do, everything. No more juggling tabs, notes, or stressing about what to do next. It's totally free to use, link in the description if you're interested. Let's start off where you can survive World War III, and still get an oat milk latte while fly fishing. Number 10. Bend, Oregon. Welcome to Bend, Oregon, a high desert city that's as scenic as it is strategic. Located on the eastern side of the Cascade Mountains, Bend checks a lot of survival boxes. It's far from major cities, nowhere near nuclear targets, and surrounded by forests, rivers, and mountains. Translation? You've got natural resources, isolation, and epic views while the rest of the world burns. Bend isn't just pretty, it's also resourceful. With a growing focus on local agriculture, access to fresh water from the Deschutes River, and a tight-knit community, it's exactly the kind of place where people hunker down and help each other. There's also no major military base in sight, which is great, because those are basically glowing bullseyes on a war map. Bonus: it already feels like half the population is preppers with Subaru Outbacks and 90% beard coverage. In the apocalypse, Bend might be the most peaceful place to grow kale, ride a mountain bike, and never check Twitter or X again. Next place is where it's so cold, even radiation gets frostbite. Number 9. Duluth, Minnesota. Say hello to Duluth, Minnesota, the icy underdog of nuclear survival. On the edge of Lake Superior, Duluth is geographically remote, strategically boring, and practically invisible on a global threat radar. That's not an insult, that's a life-saving feature. Why does Duluth make the list? No major military bases. No big industry targets. No one's invading via Canada. Also, it's surrounded by forests, lakes, and more fresh water than you could drink in 10 apocalypses. Sure, winters are brutal, but that's perfect for survival. Cold weather slows bacteria, keeps food longer, and scares off the kind of people who hoard toilet paper during a crisis. Duluth also has strong infrastructure, a self-reliant population, and enough fish in the lake to feed a bunker for years. And let's be honest, it's already so chill, literally and socially, that society collapsing might just feel like a longer winter. If World War III hits, Duluth won't flinch. It'll shovel, sip hot cocoa, and keep on ice fishing like nothing happened. Up next is where the potato-to-survival ratio is dangerously high, and that's exactly what we want. Number 8. Boise, Idaho. Boise isn't just Idaho's capital, it's also a low-key fortress in case World War III breaks out. Let's break it down. No major military targets nearby. Geographically isolated. Surrounded by mountains and farmland. Locals already know how to live without a Trader Joe's. Boise's got clean water sources, plenty of agriculture, and a strong prepper community that isn't paranoid, just really, really prepared. This is the kind of town where people casually own generators, root cellars, and enough ammunition to survive 5 sequels of The Purge. It's also far from nuclear target zones, and even if a stray bomb did land somewhere in the west, the surrounding wilderness and elevation help insulate Boise from fallout risks. Plus, the city has grown a ton in recent years, but still maintains that "we don't panic here" vibe. Boise proves that sometimes the safest place is one that's quietly confident, fully stocked, and has more potatoes than people. Next is the kind of place where you'd survive World War III and still catch a folk band playing in someone's backyard. Number 7. Asheville, Carolina. Asheville isn't just artsy, it's apocalypse ready, with a side of kombucha and mountain resilience. Nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Asheville is far from nuclear targets, protected by natural elevation, and home to people who already know how to live off the land. Or at least off-grid Airbnb rentals. Why does Asheville make the safe list? It's nowhere near major military installations. It has ample freshwater from mountain springs. It's packed with locally sourced food, community farming, and homegrown everything. And let's be honest, people here were making their own soap before it was cool. In a world-ending scenario, Asheville isn't panicking, it's fermenting. The strong sense of community, mild climate, and natural defense from the mountains make it one of the best places to ride out anything, even if all the yoga studios are closed. And if you're going to rebuild society, wouldn't you want it to start somewhere with great scenery, and people who already grow their own kale? Wait before we continue. What do you think about World War III rumors? Does it have a high possibility of happening? We'd love to hear your thoughts, let us know in the comments. Next in the list is where the cows outnumber the people, and that's exactly how you want it when World War III hits. Number 6. Missoula, Montana. Welcome to Missoula, Montana, where the sky is big. The crowds are small, and the chance of becoming collateral damage is almost zero. Missoula isn't just beautiful, it's strategically invisible. Located in western Montana, it's far from major cities, military targets, and nuclear installations. In fact, the most explosive thing here is the occasional elk wandering onto campus. Here's why Missoula makes the list. Low population density, translation, fewer panic buyers. Tons of natural resources, forests, rivers, farmland. A self-reliant culture with plenty of folks who already grow their own food and heat with wood stoves. Lots of water from mountain runoff and rivers. It's a town that quietly says, "We've got this." Whether it's a power outage or a geopolitical meltdown, Missoula is used to staying calm, staying warm, and staying way off the radar. If you're gonna survive World War III, do it somewhere with clean air, good people, and absolutely no reason for anyone to bomb it. Up next is where the locals could keep living like it's 1850, and never even notice World War III happened. Number 5. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Say hello to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the quiet powerhouse of off-grid living and low-profile survival. What makes Lancaster so safe in a global disaster? Let's start with the obvious: no major military installations, no large urban sprawl, miles of farmland, and an entire community that already lives off the grid, the Amish. These folks have been thriving without electricity, fossil fuels, or TikTok for generations. If World War III breaks the power grid, they literally won't notice. Lancaster also has a moderate climate, clean water access, and rich farmland, making it ideal for food production and self-sustaining lifestyles. You don't need Wi-Fi when your neighbor knows how to churn butter, build a barn, and fix a wagon before lunch. Plus, it's far from nuclear targets, no high-value government or military hubs here. Just quiet, skilled people who could teach the rest of us how to survive without Amazon Prime. If society collapses, Lancaster's just going to keep doing what it's always done, quietly winning. The next one is the only place where you can survive a nuclear war and still get altitude sickness. Number 4. Flagstaff, Arizona. Flagstaff isn't just a college town in the high desert, it's a strategic safe zone that flies under nearly everyone's radar. Sitting at over 7,000 feet elevation, Flagstaff is far from any major cities or military bases. Surrounded by forests, mountains, and protected wilderness. And blessed with dry air, clean water, and a laid-back vibe perfect for surviving the end of the world. Why does it make the list? Because nobody's aiming nukes at Flagstaff. It's not a political hub, not an economic target, and not near anything vital. Plus, it's got solid infrastructure, independent energy initiatives, and tons of space. The Northern Arizona University crowd brings brainpower, but the locals know how to live close to the land. Think solar panels, water harvesting, farmers markets, and lots of beards. It's like a crunchy desert retreat with just enough civilization, but not enough to draw the wrong kind of attention. In a worst-case scenario, Flagstaff won't just survive, it'll thrive in isolation. Icebreaker. If you had to pick just one, would you rather bunker with the Amish in Lancaster or a salmon in Duluth? Let me know in the comments. Next place is where the trees are tall, the people are chill, and the nukes forgot it exists. Number 3. Spokane, Washington. Welcome to Spokane, Washington's underrated eastern sibling that's ready for survival without the Seattle chaos. Here's the deal. Spokane is far from coastal military and naval bases like Seattle, Bremerton, and Joint Base Lewis-McChord. It's protected by distance and terrain, with mountains acting as natural barriers. And most importantly, nobody's targeting Spokane unless they really hate hiking and artisan donuts. Spokane also has great access to freshwater, thanks to the Spokane River and nearby aquifers. There's plenty of agriculture, forested land, and a community that's no stranger to self-sufficiency. Think farmers markets, local energy projects, and a general, we'll figure it out, attitude. It's big enough to have infrastructure, hospitals, and supply chains, but not so big that it paints a target on itself. In the grand scheme of World War III, Spokane is a strategic ghost town, large enough to live, remote enough to survive. Up next is where survival means syrup, solar power, and absolutely no one knows your state exists on a war map. Number 2. Burlington, Vermont. Welcome to Burlington, the biggest city in Vermont, which, to be fair, is still smaller than most shopping malls in Texas. So why is it nearly at the top of this list? Because Vermont is boring in the best way when it comes to World War III. No nuclear targets. No major military bases. No skyscrapers, financial hubs, or government agencies. Just forests, mountains, and fiercely independent people. Burlington is also a leader in clean energy, with over 90% of its electricity from renewable sources. That means even if the grid goes down nationwide, Burlington's setup makes it one of the most energy-resilient places in America. Then there's the local food movement, freshwater from Lake Champlain, and a population that was basically born ready to survive without Wi-Fi. Add in a climate that's mild by apocalypse standards, and you've got the perfect storm of not being part of any storm at all. If you're looking for a soft, quiet landing during global chaos, Burlington is your maple-scented bunker. And in number 1, is where if World War III breaks out, the moose will still outnumber the mushroom clouds. Number 1. Homer, Alaska. Homer, Alaska isn't just a fishing village, it's your final form of survival. Remote, rugged, and remarkably resilient, this little town is basically built to ignore global chaos. Here's why it takes the crown. Geographic isolation. It's far from anything remotely strategic, no military bases, no defense industries, no "let's bomb it" appeal. Self-sufficiency. Homer's got fishing, farming, hunting, solar energy, wind power, and a community that already knows how to live without modern conveniences. Natural defense. You've got ocean on one side, mountains on the other, and dense wilderness in between. Even zombies wouldn't bother hiking in. Minimal population. More bears than people. No crowds. No chaos. Just quiet survival energy. If the grid goes down, Homer won't even flinch. These folks heat with wood, grow their food, and navigate like GPS never existed. Honestly, if the world ends, Homer might not even notice, and that's the goal. So if you want to live through World War III and still enjoy some halibut and northern lights, this is it. So, there you have it. The top 10 safest US cities if World War III ever breaks out. From the chilly calm of Duluth to the wild self-reliance of Homer, these places won't just help you survive global catastrophe. They might help you thrive while the rest of the world melts down. Don't forget to try our AI travel itinerary planner app in the description. Like and subscribe if you love us like your mama. Click on these videos if you want more similar topics. And hey, just in case the world doesn't end, at least now you've got a great list of peaceful vacation spots. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.